It's a racing one.
If it was racing, right, you wouldn't have it.
Okay, well, it says racing on it.
That's the power of marketing. That's obviously addled your feeble mind. I'm polishing your knob.
Don't do that.
It's an extra service we provide here.
Oh dear. Right, so let's get the Tesla in then.
Why?
Very quietly. Why?
Yeah.
Because we're going to change the springs and we're going to put some spacers on it.
So what you're saying is Tesla got the suspension wrong when they designed the car?
Kind of. Mine's currently a long range, but we're trying to make it like a bit more of a performance version. I couldn't afford the performance version, you see, Ralph. So we're doing like a Chargeheads version. There we go, yeah.
Oh, a cheapskate version.
No. This is the Chargeheads version. So we're going to make it handle better.
Right.
We're going to make it look better.
Right.
But we're going to do it using used parts.
Is he going to crash? Nah, you got that wrong.
It's always nice for you, Ralph, to point out where I'm going wrong.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you beforehand.
No, I think there'll be a lot of that today. Oh, I don't know what that noise is.
That means it's worried that you're going to interfere with its underside. Yep. Left hand down. No, the other left hand.
How much have I got room at the back? Are you sure?
Yeah. Come on. Come on. Bit more. Stop! All the way back.
There she is. I'm not sure where you insert those, but hopefully we'll find a hole to put it in.
Yeah, I can think of something.
We have our friends, Mr. and Mrs. Eibach.
Well, that won't work.
Why, because they're cable tied together?
Yeah.
Well, that's because we have to uncable tie them.
Ah.
Yes.
Ah. What spring rate are you going from and to?
From a softer one to a firmer one.
Yeah, but what's the actual spring rate?
I don't know, I hadn't checked. Oh. Shall we look it up?
So you don't actually know what you're fitting?
The Eibach springs.
You're putting wheel spacers on?
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
No, it's
No,
come back.
That's it, I'm done.
It's for a good purpose.
No, there is no good purpose for wheel spacers.
Well, it's to make it handle better.
Just buy the right wheels. Wheel spacers are evil.
I don't want to go big wheels because the whole idea is to keep the comfort. It's not just about the aesthetics. Honest.
Really?
Yeah, genuinely. Don't give me that look. It's about, look is a tiny bit, but mostly it's about handling. But keeping the tyre profile, so keeping that compliancy, keeping that comfort.
Do you know anything about what scrub radius means?
Is it when you're doing something with the dishes? No. Kind of a little bit trays a moche that they're both in the Chargeheads UK garage. Look at that. It's cool. Right, I better get these spring rates before Ralph has another cup of tea.
I've got some important news. I bought biscuits.
Oh, chocolate hobnobs, they're my favourite as well. Wicked.
These have got oat in them, so they're like health food.
Ah, and the chocolate, that's healthy too.
Comes from beans, doesn't it?
I can't find the spring rate for this Tesla.
So you
Eibach
don't know
springs.
what you're fitting?
I trust Eibach. See, my first car, my first Polo, the battered up one with the Venoms and the flush tailgate and all that cool stuff. But that had Eibach springs, and that made it handle a lot better.
So you went from soft springs that you didn't know the rate on to harder springs that you don't know the rate on, which are completely different from the rate you're going from here to the rate you're going to here. But you're going to apply the same logic.
Yeah, it's got Eibach written on it. Trust in Eibach, Ralph.
Yeah.
It's a household name.
So's Rent-A-Kill.
That's true. No lube required. I did actually bring some gloves with me because I've got salesman hands.
Ah, you have a woman's hand.
Oh, hang on, which is it? Righty tighty or lefty loosey or?
God, it's going to be one of those days, isn't it?
Are you risk assessing?
It's a considerable amount of risk. But I've decided to blame you for everything, so we're all right.
That's right then. When I say it should be all right, it might be best just to check it.
I'm not getting on the floor.
Oh. But when you say that will be all right, we know it will be all right.
Now you're trying to blame me.
I think I might have to wash the Chargeheads jumper after this. It's going to be a bit dirty.
And some actual work.
Yeah, it will actually look like that, won't it?
That'll confuse people.
Rather than the, you know, the back end stuff that I normally do. That don't sound right at all, does it?
No, no, it really doesn't. Right, you ready to take it up?
No one in there, so yeah.
Look for dead bodies or anything like that?
No. Shall we have a look underneath a Model 3, which has just done near enough 60,000 miles underneath?
You want to have a look under? I'll raise
Yes,
it up
have a
bit more then.
Ooh, there's a little flappy bit here. I reckon that's for a tow bar.
Or maybe that opens to allow the E-flaps when all the passengers shit themselves.
Oh dear. Look
Everything's got plastic on it.
Yeah, look how streamlined it is. It's cool. Because do you know what? I was looking at a video.
Orange bit there.
That must be
Danger.
HV.
Danger.
Well, don't put your finger on it.
I'm qualified. I can touch that, you can't.
Qualified finger, yeah, you can. Luckily, I got this before all the prices went up.
Yeah,
Again,
prices are a bit silly at the moment.
They are very silly. Well, that's a good plug for another channel.
Have you got a channel about used EVs?
Do you know what? I kind of have. Being a professional in the used car market, I thought it was my duty.
That's a really good idea.
There aren't any rusty bits.
That's not true.
Oh. What rusty bits you found?
That bit with the rust on it.
Oh. It's all right. It's got a Tesla badge on it. It'll be fine.
Well, those bushes completely falling apart.
Proper foobar, isn't it?
Yeah. All of that rubber there is just peeling off. Well, you buy cheap cars, you've got to expect these sort of problems.
Cheap? It wasn't cheap. You're just trying to wind me up again, aren't you?
Am I succeeding?
Yes, again.
Excellent.
You. Before you wind me up anymore, because I'm like a coiled spring, and as it happens,
I see what you did there.
yeah, start loosening the nuts. I stupidly didn't bring my tools. I feel like
So what you're saying is...
I feel like a bit of a douche, actually.
You're asking if you could borrow my tools.
Yeah, is that all right?
Nobody borrows my tools.
Yeah. Shall I go home?
Yeah, that's it. Have I got a what?
Have you got a 21mm impact socket, or whatever you call it?
Maybe.
I reckon he realised that it's not here, so he's gone to get one. And he just hasn't told us. He just wants to make me look like a fool.
You want a 21?
Yeah, the 21.
But it's just that plastic means that you won't damage the paint on your wheels.
Premier.
That's just irrelevant.
I don't know the terminology. You got one of them bar things to connect to Dubrihauser and the one of them. I'll tell you what we should have done. We should have loosened them off before we got it in the air. That's what I'd normally do.
Breaker bar.
There we go. See, I know stuff.
It still won't work though.
No, because it needs to be on the floor. I knew that.
I just want to see you struggle on.
I know stuff.
Yeah?
I wasn't born yesterday. So should we put it down again?
No. Oh. Go on, just try it and see what happens.
Well, I know what's going to happen. The wheel will go round and this won't do anything. Out.
Shall I show you a way of doing it?
Yeah, go on. Nice. Be easier if we had it on the ground, though. Can we just put it on the ground?
Shall I do it for you? Just give me that socket. Just the socket.
Just the socket. You're going to do it with your hands?
I'm just going to
You go Superman style. Oh, you're going to get the gun out. There it is. Power tool.
These are excessively tight.
Wow. Someone who doesn't know how to torque nuts.
Yes, and that's a big problem.
See, one thing I might surprise you with now. Bit of copper grease, maybe? Hey? No? Yeah. Quality accelerator.
Never heard of them.
Yep. But I'm just thinking...
You can hear there's still a fan.
Yeah, there's a fan going. It does that, just to let you know it's...
It'll be cooling the batteries down.
I'd wonder why it needed to do that.
That's evidence.
Evidence.
So you haven't actually got the instructions for it?
We don't need instructions for changing springs, though, do we?
Yes.
Well, look at this. Looks like it's been off-roading already. It's a bit more complicated than I thought it was going to be, if I'm honest.
Did you actually check what you were going to do before you decided to do this?
Yeah. They are actually plastic wishbones.
It's made of plastic, mate. And the strut's already rusting. And all around that top weld there.
Is that not normal?
Not really, no.
I'm going to get the YouTube video out and start watching how to do it.
Oh, God.
How to install lowering springs. Here we go.
Yeah, take that plastic cover off.
Take the plastic cover off. Well, that looks easy. See?
In an emergency, do you know what you do? You cut it.
You cut it.
Cut it. So a fireman pulls that, cuts that, and that cuts the ignition power to the car.
People put filters in these, I think.
Hasn't he got one?
No.
Really?
Leaf. See what I did there?
It's going to be a long day.
There you go. It's like child's play, this, isn't it? Mm. So now we need to
Undo some bolts.
Yes, a couple there. Yeah. So
What
that.
size are they? Another one there. They didn't tell you about that one, did they?
No, they didn't. You know. Still clipped in there, isn't it? Oh, there it goes. Ooh. Seen in a bay like this before, but only on a short range. So it didn't have that motor in it. Have you ever been inside one of these before?
Yes.
Ah. It's my first time.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, corroded earth straps.
Anyway, how many miles...
No, your steering column's rusty.
Should we put some WD-40 on that?
Oh, it's too late for that, mate.
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
the front strut here
Yes.
is mounted to a casting via these bolts here. The casting itself is mounted to the bodywork here, here, and probably somewhere over there, I would imagine.
One of the difficulties you're going to encounter is those 13mm nuts up here are very hard to access.
So what we're doing first is we are loosening the bolt on the anti-roll bar link. So the anti-roll bar is just down here at the bottom, and this link connects it to the suspension. So we need to loosen that first, and then we need to loosen what's this called again, Ralph? Swan neck?
Swan neck hub.
Swan neck hub, and then we need to disconnect this bit here. That's the first thing we need to do.
See, the secret is to use excessively powerful tools. Comes off a treat.
I did mean to watch the video. Oh, no. But I just completely forgot. To be honest, I would have forgotten it anyway. So it's probably...
Well, at least you're honest.
Well, I think honesty is the best policy.
Just crack that off, and then that simply comes off. Easy as pie.
Then do we get a hammer and hammer?
No, you do not get a hammer.
Nope. Good. It's bright. All right, Max, coming in. So what we're doing next? So we've detached the anti-roll bar link there. So that's out. That's just about to come out. Then we need to detach. This is the ABS sensor line.
Tim, what are you doing?
I'm doing the light. I'm light man. It's like a superhero.
Oh, there we go.
There he is.
Oh,
So if you come around here, Max. So the control arm, which has popped out of the swan neck hub assembly.
All right, light man.
Light man. There we go. Light man's
Light man's terrible.
light man is needs training.
Definitely. That is really loose.
Well, all I know is that they're a common fault that they squeak because the lube is just disappears in them.
Do you want to see inside it?
Yeah.
And there's your lubrication.
Tri-key the wedgie. Are we going to call this Rustee?
I like it.
We are going to take out the bolt on the lower control arm, which is, follow me down, this little badger here. That will then release the strut. Apparently I haven't done any work yet, Ralph, so I need to...
Pretend to do some work.
No, some actual work.
Uh-huh.
I don't want it to be seen that I don't want to muck in. I have got very dirty gloves, so I'm going to change them.
You should do this.
Yes.
This is the exciting bit.
Okay. You're light man now. You're going to do a better job and put me out of business.
Stop making it look difficult.
Sorry. Down she blows.
That doesn't make sense.
No. Well, this is me we're talking about.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. Now, that one's going to be a challenge, isn't it?
America. Yeah.
This car's stupid.
It's stupidly fast, I'll tell you that.
Well, it was until you started taking it apart.
Well, that's true.
Bloody Teslas. I'm going to have to cut one of my tools down to get into that last hole, aren't I? This is why you didn't bring your tools, isn't it?
No, not at all.
This is what it was all
No,
about.
it
It wasn't
wasn't.
you forgot, as you knew.
Yeah, as soon as I saw the video that I forgot to watch, I thought, do you know what? That guy's cutting that tool down, so I'm going to have to do something similar. As you might be able to hear in the background, Ralph is modifying one of his sockets to make it fit. And he's basically said, that's why I haven't brought my own tools, because I knew that this was going to happen. Not true at all. Like a glove. Oh, look at that.
No.
No?
No.
Oh.
No. Right, your strut is now loose.
My brother used to work at a Firkin pub.
Oh, yeah.
And he was a Firkin bar steward. And he had it on his T-shirt. So, shall we...
That's loose now.
OK. Do you want to
Raise the car up.
raise...
The Titanic.
Oh, just like lift off, right?
Yeah, that's right.
But there's shit in the way.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we pushed that up.
I like that idea.
Is it because it's the right way to do it?
Yeah, it might work. Normally I'd read the instructions, but you decided to go with YouTube instead. There you go. Easy as that.
Easy as pie, as you say.
There you are. Right.
Made in Mexico. Arriba. Are we allowed to do that?
No, it's racist.
Oh, shit. Have you got some spring clamps?
Yes, thanks. If you undo
Compressing the
that
spring.
now, the spring will jump up that far
Yep.
and fire that through the roof.
Or into my face.
Or it will take your jaw off.
Yep, don't want that.
The art is to adjust them to get enough. Get them as wide as possible. Luckily, I think there's quite a lot of friction here from the rust.
Are you upsetting Rustee again? Bit by bit?
Yeah. We're going to try and undo it by using the rattle gun and see if we can just convince it to come off in one go.
The convincer. So, Rustee.
Or Rustee. Everyone will think it's called Russell.
Waffle?
I won't put my body in the firing range
No.
just in case.
Eibach. 25 mil difference. There it is. There it is. So that just pops on the top and Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt.
Yeah, if you could just squeeze that spring up by hand.
Yeah,
that'd be
there we
great.
go.
Yeah.
No, needs a bit more than that.
Yeah.
So do I get to play with the gun?
So make sure you go from the tallest to the lowest.
It won't be exactly right. We'll have to tweak it a bit when we put it on the car.
Right.
But it's what we call close enough for rock and roll. With your dodgy spring on it. Now
Eibach.
this. So we need to get it in position first. A little bit more. Lovely.
Ooh,
Okay.
oh, just a little bit. I was going to change the brake pads, but I think we'll leave it for a bit longer. Look at the more important thing that needs changing, like those bushes that we saw earlier that were degrading massively. Didn't even touch the sides, Ralph.
Now, because it's resting on that stand, we can't move the car to get the top nuts in.
No,
So I'm going to resort to another technical device.
ladder man. Do you want me to do anything down at the bottom here?
No,
Are you sure?
I want you specifically not to touch anything.
I'm having to go under the ladder, just
Yeah.
saying. Super impressed noise. Genial. Oh, there is. So why do we torque these bolts up?
So they don't fall off.
Perfect. There we go.
Tim is doing some work on a car.
Can you be light man for a minute? Well, I reckon you broke this earlier, so I don't think I'll be able to get it in.
Away you go.
Right. Now I'm going to attempt to do it, but we're going to put it on the speedy mode, so you don't have to endure how long it's going to take me to do this. We've done the second side. It was easy that time after I seen Ralph do it, so all done now. Now we're going to go and attack the back, which will be a lot easier because we don't have to take the springs away from the strut. So it's going to be a piece of cake. Let's go.
I thought you said they were lightweight.
That's my bad on. I'm not going to tighten it up like I did the last one. There we go.
Which way is it going? That's doing up.
Yeah, that I was just testing you there. I'll do the last bit by hand.
Artisan wheel changing.
Artisan, yeah. Shout out to the Artisan crew. Right. I'll tell you what, there's some weight saving to do here. Sorry,
That's my workshop.
this is Chargeheads UK workshop, isn't it? Sign up there.
You've ruined your workshop. See that? Just
Look at all this. Look at that. It's literally been
Filth.
rallying, hasn't it? Right.
look at all this corrosion.
More corrosion.
Yeah. Look at that top link there. It's all rusting apart.
Poor Rustee. Well, maybe I should keep the mud on to stop it getting any more rusty.
What structural mud?
Well, if you show me how it's done, and then I'll mirror it on the other side. Is that all right?
Yeah, everything's shielded by this plastic nonsense. So all the plastic nonsense needs to come off first.
Right.
Do not smack them around. These do not like being beat.
Take the protective covers off the controllers off. Pull out the springs because they're not coilovers; they're separate in there. So yeah, have a nap. Have a nap. Well, that
What
was
are
easy.
you watching?
That's one. Now the other one.
They're having a sleep. They're having a sleep on the job.
Get at.
They're having a cheeseburger. So they're going to be all sorts of...
I might just leave us off. Mouse droppings.
Is that a fag butt?
Yep.
It is as well.
You've got a fag butt in there. Well done.
What flavour? Minsk.
Minsk.
Sounds like... Is this a Russian Tesla? Is this why it's so rusty? There is a little bit back in there still. Just a little bit. Oh no. Sherlock Holmes, he sniffs tobacco and knows where it's from and stuff.
You do know that's made up, don't you?
What? I read the books and everything. No, I didn't read them. Stephen Fry read them to me. Oh. What happened to this? Ralph? What happened to my clock? It's broken. We'll ask him when he comes back, but this isn't good. What happened to the clock?
Eh?
One of the arms has fallen off. That's good quality. That wasn't even from China.
Are you sure?
Quartz. It's quartz. Quality, that.
So
Yes.
we've got the damper here
Yeah.
and the connection to the hub here. So we need to remove that to allow it to move down. And when we take that off, the whole thing will go pang like that. The spring will shoot out the side and everyone will die.
And to prevent that?
We'll put some sort of a thingamy to compress it.
Ah, good.
I would only actually have nightmares about it if, and only if, I actually cared. Have you got the Dugger?
Yeah, Dugger's, it's here. It's by my feet. Say when?
Go on then. That's it, and that's enough.
Ah,
Don't hit your head on
Who put that there? They do metal plates here for protection. This looks like it's been
smashed. That's because they do seem to have made this particular protection cover out of cheese.
I think I might have to get a protection plate, especially because I'm low in the car. I think that might not be a bad idea.
Only trained idiots should work on these vehicles. Actually, you can do that because it takes forever.
Oh dear.
Oh, what have you done that?
Ah, look, this fell out.
It's been working perfectly for years.
I told you I'm really good at braking stuff. That's right, I should have my own breaker's yard. Because I'm really good at braking stuff and I like cars.
You're just too energetic for it.
I am pretty energetic, but only for short periods of time. Shall I carry on then?
Carry on, yeah.
Carry on.
That done up?
Yeah, of course it's done.
No, just checking.
What do you think I am? Some sort of donut?
Do I have to answer that?
No. They didn't show that bit, did they? No. Good job. People have got us to show them how to do it properly.
Without using the manual?
Yes.
Or any reference to any of the manufacturer's instructions?
Yeah. Can we unscrew it?
Ping and fling the car off.
It's going to be 20 minutes.
20 minutes for what?
The episode. We can't compress this quality down to mere 10 or 15. Ping.
So then he just dropped that down, did he?
He didn't show it. He just said he took the bolts out and then it was like left hanging. You think the spring go ping?
Yeah.
Springus, pingus, maximus.
Well, there's got to be something made of steel, otherwise how would they make it go rusty?
Poor Rustee. Don't listen to him. There he is. Shall I pull it out? So yeah, that little rubber thing is holding it in place, stopping it falling out.
Oh.
Twisty, twisty. There we go.
I should be able to get that out of there.
Shazam.
How do these two compare then?
Not as much difference, is there? Good job I didn't break it earlier. I think that's it.
That was easy.
It was.
Well, maybe Teslas aren't as rubbish as I thought they were.
That'll do you.
Once you got the tension off it, it just comes out.
A bit like Jenga, isn't it? Like you just,
Yeah, something like that.
just like that. Just like that. Yeah.
Any minute now, we're going to put the car back on the floor and discover how much you've ruined the suspension by. Right, are you ready to stick it in? Your nuts, my lord.
Marvellous. Spaces.
The evil of spaces.
The evil, evil spaces.
No good will come of it.
Oh yeah, that's definitely the same. Hang on a minute. Where's the thingamajig?
What, the cable?
Yeah.
Have you trapped the cable in it?
Yeah. Crap. Rewind. Ah, you. It didn't hurt.
Done like a true mechanic.
And that is how you lower a Tesla.
Well done, sir. That's a phenomenal job for someone who's got no mechanical skills at all.
Well,
You've done extremely well. All we've got to do now is hope that none of the wheels fall off on your way home.
fingers crossed.
Yes. Job well done.
Thank you. Oops.
Oh, that doesn't shut anymore, does it?
There we go. Feels firm already. Well, I hope you enjoyed the episode today and enjoyed us lowering the vehicle, making the suspension a bit firmer. I'm sorry, Ralph.
You did a fantastic job,
Oh, thank
honestly.
you.
For
Thank
someone
you.
who had no idea what they were doing, you were brilliant.
Thank you very much. And just wanted to say that Ralph does not condone lowering vehicles. But yeah, no, we're just going to see what it's going to handle like down the back roads, and I'll give you an update on the next episode. See you next time.
Exciting times.
Oh, yes.